USB cables are often poorly built, unidentifiable, and unreliable. And nobody knows that better than the creators here at OpenSauce. This place is like a mecca for the zaniest programming and electronics projects you could possibly imagine. From robots with demanding power and data requirements to devices with the strictest of operating constraints. And I bet many of these folks have run into problems with USB cables that just can't hack it. But mine can, and I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I brought this wad of cash, and I'm gonna give $1,000 to any creator I find whose USB needs cannot be met by an LTT TrueSpec cable. But that's not gonna happen, right? Just like I won't find a sponsor whose needs cannot be met by this segue to our sponsor.
Tello. Most people don't realize it, but they're overpaying for their phone bill. Tello offers affordable plans ranging from $5 to $25 on America's largest 5G network. Make the switch today at tello.com.
First up, I'm gonna need to load my backpack with any variant of our cables that a creator here might need. Second, I'm probably gonna need a disguise in order to move freely around this place. And we didn't have to go very far. Our booth's like right there before finding Sentry Six. This is a really cool project, guys. If you're a Tesla driver, you're probably a big fan of the Sentry mode and just general dash cam cameras that are built into your car. But what you might not be a fan of is how little footage you can store by default. This right here, with their software, turns a Raspberry Pi into a functionally unlimited dash cam recorder. So they've told stories of people whose car was hit like 2 weeks ago when the footage would have been long gone, and then how do they get it back with one of these?
Well, the Pi automatically records basically a snapshot every hour, and then it archives it to your local NAS or server, whatever you want to put it.
I heard that you guys have had a lot of problems with folks running into low voltage issues with the Pi, or even data transfer issues. I have a challenge for you. If my cable doesn't work, I will give you $1,000 right now. You want to try it out?
Sure, yeah.
Do you have any live demos that you can run right now, or do we need to go find a Tesla?
I drove my car here from Maryland.
Can you guys spare him for a few minutes for me?
Yeah, we can. Okay.
All right, let's go, man. He wasn't kidding when he said his car was a little far out there. I thought you can summon these things. This is great because I'm going to be able to actually see it in action. So do you want to walk us through what the setup's like?
Yeah, so you would plug in a USB-C cable to the actual glove box compartment. You can see it actually disconnected.
That's an LTT cable. Wait, you're already using an LTT cable?
Yeah.
But you dragged me all the way out to your car to swap in an LTT cable for the challenge. You're already using one. Maybe you could explain why you're using an LTT TrueSpec cable then.
Yeah, because I kept having issues with it powering or delivering data. It would boot the Pi up, but it just wouldn't, I don't know what it was, the cable wouldn't like show.
It's a little bit of voltage drop maybe?
It probably was voltage drop, or it was just the data cable wasn't proper.
That's freaking hilarious. All right, well anyway, here's the A to C.
Yeah, so that would go in the actual glove box in there. It's really small.
I feel like I'm getting trolled, but also this is like the best product endorsement I could ever ask for at the same time, so I can't even be mad.
I kid you not, I've tried like 10 different USB-C cables, USB A to C, and either they failed on me or did not work out of the box.
In it goes, and now?
There's a green light, which means it's powered.
Okay.
And the little red dot should go to, the X dot should go to a red. There we go, it's available, it's working. If I click on it, it should show all my data.
That is so freaking cool. And so, thanks to your project then, you could store your entire trip over here and archive the whole thing if you want that.
Yes, I've stored a total, from Maryland to me getting here was a total of around 600 gigabytes.
And the craziest thing, man, is OpenSauce ever a cool place for cool people, is that it's free. They're still working on a way to commercialize it, but right now this is a project that you guys can go and check out, install, and all it costs you is a Raspberry Pi and a storage drive.
Yes.
And a good cable.
Definitely recommend LTT cable.
You don't have to show that hard, man.
I'm not, it's true. I've gone through so many cables already, so.
Well, I'm glad we came out here. Let's head to the next one.
Did you know that your labs is in this bag?
My what?
Your labs. I have Luke in here. I've got Lucas in here. I've got all those guys in here. But most importantly,
what are you talking about?
We're going around doing something for a labs article at the show.
Oh, okay.
And funny enough, we needed one of your cables for it. I am measuring people's diffuse field head-related transfer functions. I know that sounds incredibly simple, but more or less what it is we're putting probes in people's ears, walking around
I thought you were going somewhere else with the whole probe thing for a second there.
That's actually part 2. Don't worry, we brought adequate lubricant for that. We're measuring people's ears in a bunch of positions around their head using machine learning to calculate what their ears measure like from 400 different positions. It's a readout showing what the signal is that reaches their brain from the outside world.
So the idea here is that if I wanted to make a perfect EQ for my ear,
you could use this.
You can dramatically simplify the process of measuring it.
Yes.
And I get something that's good enough. How good enough is it?
It's about a 1 decibel approximation under 8 kilohertz, 2 decibels under 10 kilohertz. It's pretty decent.
That's great. What do you mean decent? That's awesome.
I'm happy with it.
Okay, well, do you want to show me how it works?
Sure. This is a standard called the Pirate. It is a microphone made by some researchers. They used it for a paper in Berlin.
Yeah.
And it's a little open source mic I can put down inside your ear canal. This isn't gonna hurt you. It's not gonna go in deep enough for that. And this has a 40-pound pull string in case we need to take it out. So I think that we can pull something out with, less than 40 pounds of force.
Right.
All right, let's see here. Now, this isn't going to hurt, but it is going to feel weird.
Some pressure, you might say?
Some pressure. You might actually feel an itching in the back of your throat, and I'm not even kidding. Okay, this guy needs to get plugged into here. It's actually a modified Bluetooth speaker, and we're using it wired so we can preserve the signal integrity, but most importantly, so we get the timing information right between the sound bouncing around the ground, maybe to, this crowd of people.
Sure.
Now this part isn't quite as fun.
Okay.
You're going to have to pick a spot. You remember we were filming that video recently and you said, don't move?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna need to do that. You're gonna need to pick a spot, face in a direction, and just stand completely still while I probe you. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Okay, that's all the measurements I needed. Now I can pull this out of your ear, which I'm sure is gonna feel great. Now I get to take that data, slap it into my program, crunch it down, run it through the algorithm, and we get a spit out of how you hear the world. This might be the most excited I've ever been for a labs article. This is something that multi-million-dollar companies probably how much is Sony worth?
I mean, billions.
Yeah, they've been trying this for a while too. Anyway, we're actually doing it. Okay, I have all of your data in this folder, and now I can import it into my silly custom software.
So for context, the reason they care is that making it fast and practical and easy to get these measurements allows you to tune your headphones or your in-ear monitors to more accurately sound correct to a larger subset of the population. But right now, it's extremely tedious and expensive to collect this data.
But wait, there's more than that. We could actually take this measurement of your ears, apply it to just the canal of our measurement rig at Labs, and figure out exactly how every IEM measures on your ears. This is also useful for things like hearing aid data. If there's more information on transfer functions, hearing aids could be better. Pretty much anything where your ears are involved in the outside world. This is also going to help the research that we're doing in Labs. Now I just run my reconstruction here, and that is how you hear the world. That's your ear. And that's the signal that reaches it.
What can you tell me about my hearing?
I'd say it's pretty close to population average, with the exception that you have a bit more shoulder bounce than most people have.
Shoulder bounce?
Yeah, so everything that reaches your ears, obviously things are reflecting off the ground. If you're in a room, like when we treated your home theater, they're reflecting off the walls, but you have these. These are some pretty big baffles right next to your head, and yeah, you got some built up shoulders. You're playing badminton a lot, That's your shoulder bounce right there.
So basically, everyone else's benefit from your project is that overall headphones should get better. And hearing aids and anything that goes into your ear holes.
And all the research that we're going to be publishing from this, all the data will be open and available for the world to use. That's the way to do it.
Hi there.
Hi.
We're at our next port of call, and I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
Step one is tell me about your project.
So this is a VR headset that we made with CRT screens. They came from these portable TVs. So there's one CRT for each eye. They're black and white and very blurry, but it will work with pretty much any PC compatible VR game.
Okay, that's the coolest thing ever. I think you might know this already, but we recently released a line of cables called our TrueSpec cables. They're all about delivering the data rate that it advertises at the power that it advertises with very low voltage drop. Is there anything about your setup that you think could benefit from a high quality USB cable?
We have these really long USB-C cables that are coming from the laptops and going to the headsets, but I found that the headsets, the CRTs in them, will work down to around 4 volts, and USB usually is around 5 volts, but with a long cable like that, the voltage can drop and end up being below 4 volts. And I found that was a problem with certain laptops combined with these cheap cables I'm using.
So here's the challenge. We're gonna sub in my cable. If it doesn't work, I give you $1,000.
Sure.
All right, let's try it. While I wait for a 5-meter cable, can I try it?
Yeah, so we have one headset that's playing Fruit Ninja and one of them that's playing Beat Saber.
Okay, I think you know which one I'm gonna take.
Beat Saber.
Of course. Dude! You get a little bit of that classic CRT blur. Like, obviously it's like flickering and that's not desirable. But in terms of like the persistence and that CRT fuzziness, that blur, it's not sharp, so you don't get the same kind of really sharp aliasing. It actually looks better than I expected. Incredible project. Now comes the challenge. We've got our 5-meter cable. Let's see if it can run it. To be clear, VR is not an application we necessarily recommend them for daily use. They are a little bit on the heavier and thicker side for something like VR. However, for a troubleshooting situation, when you just want something known good, that is a scenario where we would recommend them no matter what. Moment of truth.
It looks like it's working.
All right, throw it on. I mean, unless it's working, it's not working. So power's good, display's good.
Yeah.
All right, another success. Thank you for letting us check this out. What's the application, or is it just for fun?
It's just for fun.
Just totally for fun.
I just wanted to see if it would work.
That is the coolest thing ever. Where can people follow your projects?
It is on GitHub. If you go to github.com/AlanBog.
We'll have that link down below. Thank you so much for being such a good sport.
Thank you.
This is awesome. And that's your cable now.
I know who you are.
Did you recognize me earlier when I was in the mask?
I did not recognize you. I thought like, oh, that's weird. And then someone later made the connection for me.
Got it. Okay. I heard that you're showing off 240 watt charging in some capacity.
Oh, we are, yes.
I have a challenge for you. If my TrueSpec cable can't handle your 240 watt charging demo,
Okay.
I will invest another $1,000 US.
That looks like a very thin set. Is that 1,000?
They're 50s.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to count it? You want to count it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's
This
do
guy,
it.
he knows I'm good for it.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Count it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 17, 18. I only see 19.
Yeah. Very funny. Very funny.
Okay,
Very funny.
$1,000.
Okay, we got the 5-meter. This one only runs USB 2 speeds, but this is our longest charging cable that does 240 watts.
I'm in. So our 16 is the one that can do 240 watts.
Yep.
We need to find a power outlet, and we need to find a 240 watt power adapter. So we were one of the first ones to ship 240 watts USB-C PD standard charging on a laptop. So we are going to use that.
Okay, and then where will they see an indicator that we're getting 240 watts?
So my assumption was that because you were going to like do this as a review, that you would bring the test equipment. So what we're going to do is a trust me bro.
What?
We're going to do a trust me bro on this. Whoa, it's charged. Right? Look at that. That's what that says in the corner there. Trust me, bro.
You have no way of validating this?
Oh, wait, I know what we can do.
Yeah?
We can use Framework Tool to tell us what it negotiated over USB PD.
His tool is called Framework
It's called
Tool.
Framework Tool.
And he forgot about it.
It doesn't come with Windows, unfortunately, is the problem. But we're going to see if we've got Framework Tool. We have to draw enough power that the laptop negotiates up to 240 watts.
Okay, you got any stress tests on here?
Let's see. We can try to run Firmark if this all is installed on it. It is not installed on it. Wait, what about that 16? The one that's got the keyboard, or this 16 that's got the keyboard. We can try that. This review is getting really long.
We'll throw some extras up at lmg.gg/floatplane if you guys want to see the full, incredibly, endearingly awkward encounter with Nirav. We've got a dedicated GPU in here now because our problem was that it wouldn't negotiate the higher voltage because the system didn't need more power, and I assume it's more efficient in some way to run the lower voltage.
That is
so
true.
we threw a dedicated graphics card in here, which by the way is taking like 2 minutes because framework things, and we're gonna see if we can get it to draw more power now and negotiate a higher voltage.
We'll do both. We'll do the CPU burner, so it burns some more power,
Heck
and
yeah.
we'll run the GPU. And now, moment of truth. it is still not drawing 240 watts for some reason. Okay, so how do we crank it up to 240? All right, it is charging. Oh wait, it's charging slowly. Why is it charging slowly?
Well, your battery's almost full.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's almost full, so that's not going to give us as much power as we want.
Let's have a look at what our CPU and GPU power draw.
Yeah. All right. So we're charging at 22. Package power 50 watts on the CPU, and then let's see. We can see the GPU 100 watts
Okay, so we have a total of 170 watts.
so far. Yeah. And there's this rest of the system's drawing something. I know what we can do. We can charge another laptop off of this laptop.
Or here, I got my phone.
Yeah, we can charge your phone.
Okay,
Because the battery's almost full, unfortunately, so it's charging at like 20-ish watts. We're
but
at 100.
we're running a CPU burn test.
Yeah.
We're running Furmark, each of which are consuming 50 and 100 watts respectively. That puts us at about 170 watts. We've got the screen cranked, we've got the backlight cranked, we're charging my phone. So with all of that running, would you say it's pretty safe to say we're at least 200 watts?
Probably, yeah, about 200. I think that's a fair statement to make.
Well, then there's no way that it didn't negotiate the
No,
highest
that
voltage
is
thing.
correct. Yes.
Then I think we're gonna call this a pass, even though it was a bit janky.
Yes, I agree, and I'm sorry not to have that $1,000, but I did get a consolation prize, which is a 5-meter LTT cable.
Thanks, Rob. You're always such a good sport. Now for our final port of call, something I actually don't know what it is yet. Who wants to explain it to me?
So this is the Neo Racer. It's a product that us Neobotics Foundation Incorporated sells. It's a 1/12 scale autonomous car kit that goes up to 6 meters per second. So what you see here, I know, it's pretty good. It's pretty fast.
So I noticed you're trying to slip this under the radar with parents with that nice low number. What does that convert to for kilometers an hour?
That's about 25 kilometers an hour.
Okay, so it's not up there with like the fastest like 6S, truggies or whatever, but it's enough to take your ankle out, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely. Trust me, I've gotten a couple of bruises from this thing, right? And really, the purpose of this car is to be a standardized model for students and teachers to buy, basically to make autonomous systems education affordable and accessible.
Okay, can we see it in action? Actually, first, can you tell me why you need a high quality USB cable?
So Seed Studios is the manufacturer of the cables that we use, and they're very highly respected in the technology community. So we trust the quality assurance tests that they do.
Well, I'll tell you what, give me a shot.
Oh yeah,
You want to
race it? Oh, you want to try the cable?
Yeah, can you try mine?
Can we hook it up?
Here's the challenge. If my cable doesn't work for your application, our TrueSpec cable,
Okay.
I'll give you $1,000 right now.
I'm down. I'm game. Let's
Okay.
do it.
I will say this is a different model of a car we actually use for a course over at MIT called Beaverworks Summer Institute. I've personally spent a lot of time going through a lot of different cables and a lot of different options to power our sensors because, as you're probably aware, cables are very finicky.
And they lie.
And they lie. Yes.
Yeah.
There are too many Amazon cables I've tried in the past in my career that just have not worked. We have an Intel RealSense D435 camera here. This is a camera that can sense color, depth, and has an IMU inside of it. We tried to power each system individually. Everything gets powered off this universal back here, this battery elimination circuit. But what we found is that a lot of our peripherals go through this USB hub, and especially this camera.
You're limited by the total power.
Exactly.
Time to put in our cable.
Awesome.
Wait, do you want such a long one? We have so many different lengths. That's one of our shticks, is we have like 0.4 meter, 0.3 meter, 0.2 meter.
Oh, interesting.
What do you want?
Do you potentially have a 2-foot cable? Well, this would be perfect. 1.6 feet.
1.6 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're probably going to do is one of our very easy diagnostic tests, which is plugging the cable in, running our test notebook, and seeing if all the data comes through.
Okay.
We're going to wait a few moments for the robot to turn on. When it does turn on, this LED strip will show a rainbow flashing light.
Yep. There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Nice.
So forward camera. We're going to see if we run this cell, we should see something come up from the other side, and that will tell us if your cable works.
Okay.
Here we go.
I got this on the line right now.
Look at that.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, this is amazing. Look, almost zero sync issues.
Is that something that will happen a lot, is you'll have sync issues?
Oh, yes. Alan here, who I've worked with for the past 2 weeks, can basically tell you all about the different issues with these cameras.
So we've been having a lot of issues with the camera and its power draw. And one of the downsides of the camera's high power draw is that when it's in sync with everything else on the car, the camera's not going to push itself to output as many frames as possible. In the past, we specified on boot up that the camera would be running at 15 FPS, but when we actually checked it, it was at like 4 or 5. Ooh. The way we hacked it was that we would set it to 30 or 60.
And then you'd get a fraction of that.
Yeah, and then you get it to run at 15.
Do you think one factor could be just running a shorter cable and having less loss there?
Yes, I mean, like I spend a lot of time again trying to figure out the shortest cable to use in the systems, because the longer the data travels, the longer the power travels, the more resistance you get.
This has actually gone better than I expected. I came into this video thinking, like, with all the weird esoteric things around here, that someone was going to have an application that was going to defeat our TrueSpec cable.
Yeah.
Not yet.
The color gradient here shows you how far things are away from the robot.
Oh, sick.
So it starts from black, and then red is the closer distance, and then it goes up the color spectrum. So then it goes orange and then green.
Do I get to see it in action though?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's when we finish testing this wire, we'll put it on the floor. We'll see it start driving, and yeah.
I can't wait. We are getting a locked 16.6 FPS.
Awesome,
Like,
that's amazing.
Absolutely consistent.
That's incredible.
So here, you can,
I've never
like,
seen
you can
that
see
before.
it.
That's amazing. That's
Okay.
very consistent.
That is it. This is a way better outcome than I could have possibly hoped for.
The other thing I was gonna say is we've got like almost zero latency over Wi-Fi. The computer is talking with the system over these antennas.
Yeah.
And so typically with a bad cable or a bad camera, like you would see a lot of lag. And here it's just instant. Like I put my hand in front, I see it on the camera.
Oh, that's not normal?
No, not for us.
Well, why is the cable affecting the Wi-Fi? Can you talk me through the data route?
The cable goes into the Raspberry Pi, then the Raspberry Pi has to like figure out what to do with the image and then toss it over the internet, and then we see it on our computer. That's what the wireless connection is.
So if it's getting an inconsistent feed with bad pacing or any kind of delay, then that's going to be compounded by the fact that you're relying on wireless.
Absolutely. That's why we're so impressed when we were like, there's no lag. This phenomenon that happens with USB 3.0 ports that we've investigated a lot, where it actually leaks like RF frequencies of a certain frequency that jams like signals like our radio transmitter, our Wi-Fi, and our other things. So it would be very interesting to test these and see if it exhibits the same kind of behavior.
So for our high-speed conductors, we're using coax rather than using twisted pair. And it's more expensive and it makes the cable thicker.
Right.
But for what we were trying to do, which was the no bullshit, known good.
Yeah.
The known good cable, the single source of truth cable.
Yeah.
We felt that was a worthwhile trade-off.
No, it's amazing. Yeah, most cables don't have this kind of like shielding, and so you get like bad signal, you get choppy frames, you get all the stuff that we were complaining about. So no, this is great.
You are like the best pitchman I could have possibly chosen in this whole place. And I didn't even think about something like this where you're sitting here going, oh yeah, it's not f***ing up my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't think of that.
Yeah, so no, it's amazing. It's great for robotics. These cars have a voltage indicator. That's what the LED strip is. And our car is currently at a very low voltage. When those lights disappear, that means the entire system is dead. In the past, when we've just been running this with the camera on, we've seen our car brown out, we've seen our car drop out, and bad things are happening. But look, we're running full frames. Our car's alive. Our car's being powered, and we can still drive.
All right.
That's incredible.
Well, that worked out great. You know what else is incredible? This incredible segue to our sponsor.
Hello! Hey, boss. Lean in. No, a little bit closer. Let me let you in on a family secret. You're overpaying your phone bill, okay? Like 80, 90, 100 bucks? That's ridiculous, boss. But Tello, they've got plans up to $25. There's no compromise on coverage either, because Tello runs on America's largest 5G network. You come to me to have your sandwich made your way? So go to Tello and get your mobile plan made your way. Need unlimited talk and data? Easy, 25 bucks. Not a big talk and just want some data? Totally fine. And I know you like all the fixins. That's why Tello's gonna give you the works for free. Hotspotting, Wi-Fi calling, international calling, roaming, SIM activation. All free, buddy. They ain't gonna lock you into a contract. Wireless that doesn't drive you crazy? Let me tell you about it. It's easy peasy, bacon and egg cheesy. All you've got to do is go to tello.com and use our link in the description and start saving on your phone bill today.
If you guys enjoyed this video, hey, go check out the links to some of the amazing projects. We're gonna have them down below. And of course, go check out our link to lttstore.com where you can get your own TrueSpec cables.